Okay, I'm back in.
So many take-ins, ridiculous.
Oh, there's another patrol beacon. Ugh, this is gonna take
The enemy may
forever.
be rallying near your current location. Find a recon point and report back as you're able.
It's a good thing we can speed things up with our sparrows.
Yep.
No pun intended, obviously.
Oh, is that a Cabal base? Oh, ha 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 ha.
I've been in here a few times and it's not pleasant.
Mm.
You know, unlike other surveys we've done, I feel pretty confident that Asher and Ikora will actually review our data.
So, I'm gonna head back to the tower and, like, decode this engram.
Okay,
Wanna come along?
sure.
Okay. Oh, um, off character
Yeah,
moment. You're still fire team leader.
yeah.
So you're psychic, huh? You can, like, see the future?
Yes, but I have a moral code. I can't tell people when and where they're gonna die. If it does happen.
Wow. Okay.
I've actually been having the same vision over and over for the past few nights, actually. Um, it starts off with Prince Uldren actually holding Cade's gun, and he shoots both him and his ghost in the face, and they don't get up.
What?
Yeah. And I'm trying to do everything I can to prevent myself from telling Cade. Kellen thinks I should tell him, but I can't do that.
Have you at least told Ikora?
I have, and she was really disturbed by the news. She basically told me to not tell Cade. And I'm not gonna tell Zavala about this because he doesn't believe in all the psychic. And this is his words, not mine. Psychic nonsense is what he calls it.
Checking for messages. Yes. Done.
I've actually also had visions of us as guardians getting 10 times stronger.
Hiya,
Yeah, jeez.
Our inventory is stocked, so
Name, Guardian.
I mean,
Redleaf,
okay, give me a minute. Just
always
give
good
me a
to see
minute.
you, Guardian.
Just to wrap my head around what you just said.
Okay.
Thanks for shopping Eververse, Guardian.
I mean, you know,
Everything.
Cade is my boss, so I'm pretty close to the guy.
Back from the hunt.
Okay. So, like, can you just freeze stuff by touching it, or can you, like, actually, like, generate super cooled air?
Hmm. It's basically how do I put this? I can basically take the air around me, make it cold, and basically turn it into an ice spear, or a ray or a beam of ice, pretty much just whatever.
That's really interesting. Yeah, one of the guardians in my group, his name's Xanther. He's a Titan. He can actually like generate this orb of super cool air and just like throw it at something, and when it hits, it'll just like completely freeze it instantly. It's really cool.
I always keep my spell book handy. Because, I mean, it pretty much, my spell book kind of contains every single spell that I've either created or learned. I've actually been on a few adventures, you know, by myself, and I've actually found a couple words of magic in lost sectors, or and in some cases, after I've killed a couple of Cabal, they have actually carried a couple spell books with them. I'm not sure why, but basically, let's just put it lightly and say that I borrowed theirs and kind of don't have an expiration date on when I'm gonna give them back.
Well, I know that you guys have a very big library down on, what is it, like level something or another. I don't know. I know where it was in the old tower, but hey, do you guys still hold circles on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
How do you mean circles? Like, explain.
Okay, going off character. Circles are basically like Tuesday is where the newest ones learn how to focus and channel their abilities. Circles. Basically, it's a room that has candles everywhere and incense, and everybody sits in a circle, and they can connect their energies and like do different stuff. Like some of the more experienced ones of your class can like try to channel their energies together to have visions of, like, I don't know, they try to seek enlightenment or something. I'm not really sure, but it's kind of something out of my own head canon.
Yeah, I kind of get where you're coming from.
But yeah, the Tuesday was always like the rookie circles. But Ikora usually, well, sometimes she'll lead them. Sometimes there's, I forget what the guy's name is, but like one of the characters that I came up with that sometimes leads it to like teach the lower classes how to like focus, you know, through meditation and channel their abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have circles every so often. I'm actually in Ikora's circle right now.
I must admit, Guardian,
Hmm.
I'm very
Cool.
curious to see what you've got for me to crack open.
But well, one rule that we do have in the circle is to never ever delve into hive magic.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's just like kind of one of the tower rules. But
Because if one of us in the circle delves into hive magic, they are instantly kicked.
hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty strict to some
Well,
degree.
I can understand why. I mean, the way you guys like when you unify your energies, I mean, even having the slightest bit of hive energy in there would could potentially poison the entire circle.
There was actually this one incident. I I actually caught a guy delving into some hive magic, and he was actually trying to resurrect his old loved one. And I told him to stop, but he said no because he said he was so close to getting his loved one back. And I told him, "Sir, at this point she's gone. And you're and I actually said this to him. I'll, I'm sorry to say this, but we're gonna we're gonna have to kick you out of the group. Because I'm sorry, but hive magic is never a good thing. Because once you lose somebody, they're gone for good."
Yeah, unless they happen to become a guardian, you know? And I can understand someone, well, it's just, it's never a good thing to dabble in hive energies at all. But, um, yeah, I know that from personal experience. I, had a
What, you've
teammate.
done some hive magic?
No, I had a teammate once. It was a very long time ago, before I was. I wasn't always a hunter, you see. I actually started out a warlock class, and my team and I were sent to the Cosmodrome to pick up a stealth drive for Cade. And they had this. It looked like Thorn, but the hive had somehow like messed with it, so it was so much more powerful. And it. We were looking around the room, and I was by the doorway, and Gavin and Sharon were across the room, and they had their ghosts out scanning for this thing, and all of a sudden, like, this cloud fills the air, this dark cloud, and this, I forget what it even was, I don't know if it was a knight or a wizard or what it was, appeared, and it had this gun, and it shot their ghosts, and it stunned them or something, and this huge thing just dropped out of the air and like crushed both of them. And they were running back towards me, but their ghosts were kind of behind them, and it basically crushed both of their ghosts, and then it just like swung the sword and knocked them into me. Next thing I know, I'm knocked out, and when I come to, and the thing is, I mean, it's kind of a complicated story, but basically, the hunter of our team had started dabbling in hive stuff, and he had been behind it the whole time, and he was basically testing this weapon that he had like infused with hive energy, and um I didn't know it at the time. I had gone back to the tower, but he had somehow reprogrammed his ghost with Gavin's data and brought him back thinking that he could get him on his side. And then, but Gavin managed to escape and come back, but we had to hunt down our teammate. But, after I thought I had lost my team, the speaker, um, he, changed my class, made me a hunter for some reason. Um, I forget exactly. It's half a blur and half my brain not wanting to remember. But I was put on another team, and we went back to the Cosmodrome, and we finally did get the stealth drive, and we found Jaren and did what we had to do. Um, But yeah, that was the first run-in. There's been quite a few afterward. Trust me, there's stories that I could tell you about my friends and I. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm getting rambly. Anywho, jeez. I'm sorry, I'm just going on and on about past stuff. I sometimes just, like, reminisce on stuff that I shouldn't. My brain goes where it shouldn't. Anywho, what do you want to do next?
That's up to you, but in any case, you're fine because I've actually heard, I've actually heard worse and longer from Zavala. Jeez, because you do not want to get stuck. You do not want to get stuck in a 3-hour long dialogue of Zavala's battle tactics. It is so boring.
Yeah, he can get a little bit long-winded when it comes to that.
And Zavala sometimes is a substitute, quote-unquote, teacher to the new Guardians, and I'm just there looking at the students, then I look at Zavala, and then I'm thinking, dude, we have freaking swords, staves, and shields. Why are you telling us this stuff when we can just bash our heads into these enemies and just kill them that way?
Well, I mean, these new Guardians, you know, they're not really powerful enough to, like, I mean, if they get in front of a fallen walker, they're going to be deep fried basically. But so I can kind of understand the strategy thing a little bit. Like, I don't know, I'm a bit of a strategy person myself, honestly, but I do understand, like, I understand the value of being able to run headlong into, like, a crowd of enemies and just lay them out flat, you know. But also these kindergartens, you know, they don't have the light level for that, so I don't know.
But have you defeated Zol yet? The Worm God?
No, actually, I'm still kind of working on that. Kind of not sure what a worm god is, but I'm pretty sure I'm about to find out, because I still gotta go back to Mars and finish that little series of missions.
Would you like some help?
I
with
would
that?
love some help, honestly. My team is kind of busy currently, so yeah. Hang on for a second. I gotta run back to my flat for something, but I'll be right back. That was my way of saying I'm going off character for a second. I gotta go visit the restroom real quick.
Okay.
Wait. I can't believe I just said that in live stream. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like, turn off the broadcast, and I'll turn it back on when I get back. I'll be right back. I'll just be a minute.